Hello guys, happy Friday. So I wasn't able to record in the daytime because now I work in the daytime, so I'm kind of coming at you at a late hour, but you guys will be getting this on daytime. But anyway, that's besides the point. I just want to let you guys know this week's topic is suicide and trans mental health, so trigger warning. If that's something that you can't deal with and might trigger you, I would suggest to click off of this video and watch any of the other videos that we have on this channel, or maybe even look up other things. But this is a very hard topic even for me to discuss. It does trigger me myself because I have some stuff to talk about, but this is my warning intro, so we are about to get into the topic, so I please beg you, trigger warning right here, big fucking thing I'm gonna put right there, trigger warning, just don't watch. So hello, so if you chose to continue to watch this, I do want to remind you again, trigger warning, suicide, mental health, trans. My name is Devvon, I'm your Friday guy. I'm also the founder of Transfused, and we are talking about suicide and trans mental health, which is a very touchy topic with me because I have lost someone to suicide, and I have attempted, and I do have mental health problems of my own, so this is just kind of something that I wanted to address. So we're just gonna go over some topics and some tips on to deal with it, like, and you know, maybe some sources. So of course it's not an easy thing to do. A lot of people like to avoid it, and that's not the answer, because the more you avoid it, the worse it does get. I suggest counseling as soon as you realize that it's something you can't handle yourself, because I allowed mine to get so bad that I went into counseling after I had like this big ass mental breakdown and almost fucking flipped my brand new car, and you know, I have attempted to kill myself more than once, but you know, I'm almost sitting there in the office, and I had to kind of lie about that, but it's more like the more you put it off, the more it piles on. It's like if you keep sweeping things under the rug, it's not clean. It never will be, and then you're gonna eventually, the rug's gonna get lifted up and you're gonna see all the shit that's underneath there. So that's something that is very serious. Mental health is something that is probably the most serious health that you could worry about. You know, like physical health is important, but physical health is nothing compared to your mental health, because if you're not mentally there, physical health means nothing. So mental health is the #1 thing you want to worry about. Depression is the highest in LGBT community, especially in the trans community, and so is suicide rates in the trans community. It's LGBT community across the board has the highest rates, but across the board in the LGBT community, it's trans. So maybe if you're a friend who watches this, best thing you can do for your friend is be there. Don't sit there and tell them that they talk too much about their transition, or you know, maybe they don't have anyone to talk about it, maybe they're not out, and you don't know that, you know, maybe you do, but you know, you don't want to, the last thing you want to do is push them away and make them feel like they can't talk to you about something when they should be able to. If you're really their true friend, you will allow them to vent themselves no matter what, and you won't tell them anything about it. That's just that. So how to take care of your mental health. So how I got around to taking care of my mental health was meditation. I do music, so I poured myself into my creativity, my music. I DJ, I sing, I write music, I act, you know, I just poured myself into all that stuff. You know, you just want something to kind of like take your time and all that. You know, sometimes you will get put on medication. I highly suggest the herbal kind, and not the kind that you get in bottles like these. Is this mine? Yeah, okay. So these are my pills right now currently. These aren't working anymore, but currently I take 100 milligrams. So those are like pretty big to what I started out with, but those are those. Yeah, no. They, if you get these, they're gonna come with a bunch of side effects. So I highly suggest, if you're old enough and it's legal in your state, totally take the herbal route. That's something you can do. Another thing, you always want to manage your stress levels, because when you get too stressed, you stop worrying about your mental health, and that's something you can't do, because stress kind of contributes to depression, so you don't want to do that either. You know, maybe go for walks. Walks are a good thing. You do want to practice breathing, because anxiety does come along sometimes with depression, and especially being trans, dysphoria is anxiety, so you do want to kind of learn how to cope with that. So like you kind of want to be connected. So, you know, if your friends aren't there, support groups are always there. There's a bunch of support groups on Facebook. You can go on chat rooms on the internet. Oh my god. They're everywhere. Like Facebook, like I said, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. So like, you know, you want to get really involved. So that's that. And well, I'm gonna talk about my experience now. It's gonna be a little long, but I'm explaining. So when I was 15, I was contemplating suicide. I used to cut myself. This is exactly why I have this tattoo, and I have this tattoo, because I had some scars that I had to cover over. They weren't as bad as they could have been, but you know, it was just a way to distract the eye from it. But I did deal with that, and nobody really knows this. Like, not a lot of my friends know this, and definitely not my family knows this. So it was a really hard topic for me to digest, because I was going through puberty and I didn't understand what was going on with my body, and I didn't understand why I felt so unhappy. And when I figured it out, it kind of made a lot more sense. But that's what happened. So about 15, I had my cousin who was like a sister to me. She would always come over to my house and everything like that. We'd always hang out. We'd always talk on the phone. Like, I literally like trusted her with everything. She was the closest thing I had to a sister. So that summer I had summer school, and I went to summer school. Everything was going good. I felt everything was going great. You know, nothing was going wrong. Like, nothing felt like it could go wrong. It was like literally the calm before the storm. Like, everything was so perfect. School was perfect. My friends were fine. Like, my mental health, I had on like a handle, and I was, you know, exploring options. And then sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional right now, because it's really hard to talk about it, because I don't talk about it a lot. July 25th was a Saturday, and I was sleeping. I wasn't allowed to have my phone because I was kind of grounded for going to summer school. I remember the week before that, my cousin, you know, telling me she loves me and she misses me, and I told her the same thing. The night before, I looked at my phone and I skimmed over her name, and I was like, I'll just call her tomorrow. Well, tomorrow came, and sorry. So it came, and she committed suicide. And I was out of a sister and a best friend. And I beat myself up years over it, thinking that maybe I could have called her more, could have been there more. And I beat myself up about the gay thing, because I felt like that was the thing, maybe because I was gay. And then I started realizing I was trans, and then I started beating myself about that. Maybe it was because I was born in the wrong body, that God is cursing me so much. And that's not the case. God didn't curse me. God gave me a gift. This is a gift he gave me. He wants me to spread a word for him, and that's why he put me in the wrong body. That's why he did this stuff, because it's a gift. He gives everyone gifts, and he gives everyone a path. But I did go through years of depression, trying to kill myself, and acceptance, and it's hard. I'm living proof that it's hard, but I'm also living proof that it gets better. Even though I'm not out to my family, I'm out to my friends, and I'm happy at the point that I am right now. I'm happy I'm going to start tea soon. I'm going to be moving out soon, you know. It's just, it takes time, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of strength. And strength is what you're going to need. So that's why I highly suggest that if you are dealing with depression, even if you can't come out as trans, you need to tell your family that, hey, I feel a certain way. And it is the hardest thing to tell my family that. Like, literally, when I was at my wit's end and I knew I couldn't take anymore and I almost flipped my car, I came to my mom and said, these things aren't normal. And these things is what have been going on my whole life. What's going on? And you know, sure enough, I was suffering from major depression and gender dysphoria, and it's a lot of things that, you know, maybe if you handle it now and you see like what you could possibly do to help better yourself and your mental health, your life will get so much better. Because without your mental health, you're nothing. Like, your mental health literally is everything. Like, if you're not there completely, you're always going to be in someplace else, worrying about something else, stressing about something else, being depressed about something else. And at the end of the day, stop worrying about what other people think. Because that's the number one killer in life. Is when you stop worrying about what other people think, and that doesn't matter. It's worries about how you feel. You gotta learn how to love yourself, or nobody will love you. You gotta learn how to accept yourself, or nobody will accept you. Accept, love yourself, respect yourself. Do all those things, and no one will ever doubt you. So guys, this is my video for the week. It's a little open, it's a little candid, and I had to keep it like that because it's just a touchy subject for me, and I know that it's gonna help someone someday. But thank you for watching this video for this week, and then I will see you guys next week. Later.